Hello and welcome back to Bookmark Chronicles. Today I am doing my February TBR. So, before I get started, let's just address the elephant in the room, shall we? In the States, February is Black History Month. That is not an excuse to mass follow a bunch of Black creators just to unfollow them later. It is not the only time that you should be reading work by Black authors, and if you need to make a conscious effort to do that, then you need to have a little sit down with yourself and discover why that is, especially if you're only reading Black authors during February, only reading Indigenous authors during November. Like, that's not helpful. You're not doing anything for anybody. In fact, you're a part of the problem. So let's just skip all that bullshit this year. Like, it's 2022, do better. In addition to that, there are a ton of great readathons happening this month that do center Black authors and Black love and whatever the case may be. So I will be leaving a list of those down in the description for you to check out. Blackathon hosted by Jesse over at Bowties and Books. They've been doing their readathon for a few years now, I believe, and it's really great. I really love it. I also saw on Twitter, I think it's called the Black Culture Readathon, and then the theme this year is sitcoms. That's a fucking dope ass idea, so that's really cool. While I'm not participating in any of these readathons, I just wanted to shout them out and let people know about them. So again, those will be in the description below. Now for my February TBR. The first book that I will be reading is The Toll. This is the third book in the Arc of the Scythe trilogy by Neil Shusterman, which I have been buddy reading with Robin. Dasha is going to join us for the read of this last book because she hasn't read it yet either. So I am really excited to see how this series ends. I did enjoy both Scythe and Thunderhead, so I'm really excited to see how all of this wraps up and where it ends. The next book is also the finale to a trilogy. It is Jade Legacy, the third book in the Greenbone saga. Robin and I are currently reading Jade War, and Jade City was a little disappointing, but still good enough that my interest was piqued. So at this point, I still haven't finished Jade War. I don't know how it's gonna end, and I don't know what to expect for Jade Legacy, but I'm at least interested enough to see how everything goes and how it wraps up. I do also know that Fonda Lee has a novella coming out in April, I think, that is also set in KCON, so I'm somewhat interested in that. I think how I feel about Jade Legacy will determine whether or not I read it. The next book on this list I'm really excited about. It is A Dark Queen Rises. This is the second book in the Burnt Empire saga by Shoke Banker. The first book was Upon a Burning Throne, which was one of my top 3 of 2021. I'm really excited to read this one. I'm super excited to just continue to be in this world because book 1 was so fucking good and so wild, and I'm so excited that my friends are starting to read it as well. So far, Steph is the only person that I know that has read this, so I will be checking in with her when I finish it. But I'm really excited to read this book. I love this world. I love this author. I know he has a ton of other work that I might have to dive into after I finish this trilogy because Upon a Burning Throne just really left an impact on me. So in Upon a Burning Throne, we were following 2 young princes, Audrey and Fate, and sort of watching their journey as it was decided that they would rule the empire together. So that one, in the synopsis, we learn that there is another girl who also passes the test of fire. So in this book, we are following that little girl. So I'm interested to see what happens with her, how she grows up, how her story differs from Audrey and Fate, and how all of this wraps up. The next book on this list is one that I am very behind on, but it's Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. So I've been wanting to get to this. I just haven't. I've had other things to do. It's been on my shelves for a while now. But I'm finally gonna read it. Plus, I made a deal with Neek that if she read Raybear, I would read Legendborn. She read Raybear and she really enjoyed it, so I'm super excited to get to this and talk to her about it. I also know the second book is coming out later this year, and everyone's super excited about that. So I'm really excited. We'll see how it goes. In this, I believe it is about a girl named Bree. Her mother has recently died. She, I think, joins a secret society at her school or something and learns that she has magical abilities. That's all I really know aside from the fact that it's based on the Arthurian legend, which I don't know a ton about, to be honest. So we'll see how this goes. I mean, everybody loves this book, so I hope that I love it too. Those are the main 4 books that I want to read. Again, I am starting my capstone for grad school, which is not fun. But if I have time, I will also pick up My Sister the Serial Killer. This is about a woman whose sister is literally a serial killer. At this point, she has killed 3 of her boyfriends. So if I remember correctly, because I don't read synopses, I just go off what other people tell me, the sister starts to date someone that the main character is interested in. She doesn't want her sister to kill that person, so she kind of starts to interfere. I think that's the gist of it, but we'll see. I mean, serial killer, buzzword. I was gonna pick it up regardless. So I'm really excited to read this one. Hopefully I think it's good too. So those are all the books that I plan to read in February. Again, let's not bombard the Black community with bullshit this month, please. Do not go mass following just to unfollow. Do not ask us to educate you on anything. Google is literally at your fingertips. You can do it yourself, and it's not our job to educate you. Also, if you're gonna read books by Black authors this month, do not only read books that focus on trauma. Do not only read The Hate U Give. Honestly, it's fucking exhausting. Stop. Like, y'all gotta figure out a solution to this trauma porn thing. Therapy, maybe, that might help. But it's weird that y'all focus so much on the trauma of marginalized communities when there are literally fantasies and romance and everything else, every other genre that exists, and y'all choose to focus on trauma. It's really weird. So let's cut the bullshit. It's 2022 and y'all need to do better. Let me know if you're planning to participate in any of the readathons that I mentioned earlier, or if you have read any of these books, or if they're on your TBR. Otherwise, that's all I have for you today, and I'll see you in the next video.